Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a slightly delayed start of Zweihander, the Great Schism, brought to you by the Component Cast. Now, it's been a while since I've actually done the intro portion of this, so, Roach, what are we playing?
Tell us how it works, because we missed it. None of us can ever remember. Yeah, we're playing Zweihander.
Cool.
If you want to take a look at it, it's got a new starter set that's available today. Literally went live today. I'd have it to show you, but I pre-ordered on Amazon, and that means it isn't here yet. That'll be a couple of days. Next week. But that's out there. There's also the actual rule books that are still available on the multiple different websites, including Drive4RPG if you just want a PDF of it.
Yeah. And, sorry, I'm trying to force myself to eat some dinner today. But I'm not going to sit here, waste your time, plug anything else. I think we should just get on with tonight's episode. So, where were we, Roach? What's happening?
Yeah. So we left off with Kluft having met the guard detail that, half of the guard detail that you found out has been following you since you left Low Hill. The pledged guards from Emperor Blackthorn for life. Before that, they helped you because they killed a whole bunch of mobsters who had thought that the earnestly wanting to get rid of their wealth Kluft was instead a plant of some sort, or it couldn't possibly exist, and it was somehow a bad thing. So they followed him, found where his friends were, and tried to confront you. Guards killed them, and now you're kind of just waiting for Benjamin to find a way of getting you an audience with the Lord of Low Hill so that you can get paid. You have a couple of days, most likely, to get things together, try and get all of your gear bought, maybe do some work around town, and yeah, that's where we left off last week. So
for Kluft.
Oh yeah, for Kluft, you were going to the mobster's house, with the guards. It is true. Okay, so yeah, so you you double back to the area that you were before in the back of this alleyway, with your 5 ratkin, heavily armed soldiers. What'd you like to do?
Did I see the it was a ratkin, wasn't it? That I had spoken to at the club previously. So last week I basically had gone to that nightclub or gambling den, and I had let them know that I had tons of money. They tried to rob us, and then we murdered them. So, did I see him? Because I caught our Ratkin friends dumping the bodies.
Yep.
Did I see any evidence that he had been killed in some way?
Yes, they actively told you that they had murdered. That they
Did I
killed
see
him.
his body, however, in any case?
Yeah, I think you probably did, because he was the one that had the item that you then got that you wanted to get back.
Oh, cool.
But he didn't have it because it was on because they took it.
Oh, okay.
That's that's how he worked it all out. Yes, you did see them dead on the ground.
When I looked those corpses, because you know I'm not in the habit of not looting corpses.
Yes.
I'm not made of money here. Was there anything on him that like any jewelry, any rings, any gems, any letters, any photographs of loved ones, anything, any particularly nice laces?
Second.
Earrings, glass eyes.
Right.
I will accept
I
a
got you.
wooden tooth. What?
Yeah, I got you. You find on the person of this ratkin a sheet of water warped parchment with nothing on it,
Cool.
an eating plate
Sick.
made of metal.
Let me just write this down. Hold on, it's gonna be very important.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
And a hunter's cap with a red feather.
Ooh, red feather. It's a
Yes,
red
red
feather. That is a
red
rare
feather.
color to collect. I've got a lot of feathers. That's a rare one. Okay,
Literally
very nice.
Found a loot table that is just junk loot table, specifically because of Kluft.
Paper is incredibly valuable. Good thing I'll never sell it. Okay, awesome. Cool. I just wanted to, because I mean, you see a corpse, you're not gonna leave that bad boy to. I actually want to show my little Ratkin friends. Did they give a name?
No, none of them gave you a name. No.
Oh, okay. I'll ask them for their names.
Don't really have one. Not yet.
Oh.
Haven't earned one yet.
Oh. You could take some laces and you could be called Two Lace.
Ooh, I like that.
All right, Two Lace. I'm gonna show you how to steal some of the best stuff.
Two Lace.
This is how you search a body.
Don't
And
worry.
I'm gonna.
I know how to search a body. And, hold on a second.
Okay, we're gonna get to work then. Get to work on the bodies. I love my job, being a ne'er-do-well.
Being a quasi-criminal.
Yeah, well, I'm not quite I never murdered anybody.
Criminally adjacent.
Yeah, adjacent. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Yeah, I'm in a tertiary criminal industry.
Oh dear.
Yeah, not primary industry. This is tertiary over here. Okay, well, cool. So once I've demonstrated to them, like you search the jaw and stuff like that. Sometimes people try to hide things in like little, secret compartments and stuff like that. Oh, no. We're gonna find all the best stuff.
You're here to have like ear trophies or like jaw bones with necklaces.
Honest
Or
to
is that
God.
not-
Honest to the gods, the culture's new to me too. So your guess is as good as mine. May as well go for it.
I'll hold off until I see somebody else doing it, and then I'll know.
I mean, okay, sure. Although they seem like pretty open-minded people.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a single look since we got here. I mean, we were sneaking around carrying bodies, so that might be it. Actually, that's probably it. But either way,
Yeah, people don't like bodies, generally speaking. But okay, except in the sewers. Love them there. I was big part of the.
pigs seem to like them.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna. So this guy here, I think, from what you're telling me, he tried to cheat, and So
Yeah.
I know where he lives, and so if he's not there anymore, then I guess all of his stuff is up for grabs. So we should probably go there and take it all.
And that's how it works in the settlement. Somebody dies, you just kind of raid the house, and then if whoever's there last gets the house.
Well, it's not owned, and so it's not theft in that case, because
Right.
a body cannot own anything. That's what
Exactly.
Big Tail said. So if Big Tail wanted something you had, he'd kill you and then take it, because that is not theft. And as Big Tail always said, he is not a crook. So, all right.
Makes sense to me.
Well, let's go then. I know where he lives.
Great.
Yeah, and then we'll head there. So whenever we go there, does it look empty or does it look busy?
No guards see you somehow. Just
wandering down the street.
98. Just on perception checks. There are two guards like at the end of the street, but they're just kind of talking to each other, and you just cross without being stealthy, and they're just like, meh. They don't care. Yeah, no, you go, and there's this like little house, not too large, not too like showy or anything like that. It's got a pretty like normal outward look to it. How are you just break it in, or are you trying to stealth in, or are you
Is
just
the
gonna
door
tell them?
closed? Is the door locked?
Door looks closed. If you go
Gonna-
check it.
Yeah, I gotta rap on the door.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Nobody inside, it seems. I guess we're gonna go in through a window, and then I guess I'll pick up a rock and throw it through a window. Oh wait, no, do they have glass?
Yeah, this place
glass?
will probably have glass. Yeah,
Okay,
it probably-
cool.
It probably has glass.
Yeah, let's
window.
throw a rock through the window.
All right. You throw it.
Yeah.
Like fucking daggers of, of glass.
Yeah, I guess I'll take like a stick and kind of, break the glass through.
It takes a spear and just kind of like,
Yeah.
like moves it around. Yeah.
Good job. And then I'll throw one of my many rags over the
We're
window
pledged
and
to help you, so
Yeah.
it
well,
seems
you
like-
go. Yeah, you go in first then.
Great.
Yeah.
Goes in.
See
Looks
anything?
nice.
Oh,
It's nice in here.
all right. And then I guess I'll I'll climb in as well.
Yep. Then the other four.
Yeah.
You just got-
Is it nice then?
I mean, for Kluft probably.
Wow, this place is a mansion. Is it
Yeah,
one
for
room?
them, definitely. It's like no, it's a little bit more. It's got like maybe like 3 rooms. It's got like this little like study. There's definitely like a bedroom off to the side, and then there's like a room that looks like probably like a sleeping area. So maybe like a living room, kitchen, sleeping area kind of thing. Not too big, not too small. It's got like wooden floors and some carpets down, that kind of stuff. Nothing really on adorning the walls in terms of pictures or anything like that. Or I guess
Okay. Well, let's have a look around. And I guess we're just gonna start looking around, looking for stuff.
looking for stuff.
Actually,
Loot.
why don't we... Wait a minute. I've had an idea. Hold
You've had
on,
good ones
hold
so
on.
far.
Hold on. What if, instead of taking the stuff from the house, what if we just took the whole house?
Yeah.
Right? Let's just
Yeah.
break the lock on the door and then we can come and go as we please.
Oh, you mean keep the house? I thought you meant we take the house. But all right,
Well-
that makes a lot. That's a lot easier.
No, I can't. For a brief second, I contemplated. And I go, no, it's not possible.
I was gonna say we might need the rest of the troop. But all right, no, that's great.
All right, cool.
If this is your house, that means we're sworn to protect it.
Yeah. I've got a house. I'm like a lord.
Right.
or a baker. Wow. Okay. I've never had this much responsibility before.
It's a baker.
It's someone who deals with yeast.
Wait,
I'll
they-
learn.
Did they have like grain fields?
They did. I'm not saying they didn't. I'm saying that one didn't know.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well. Okay. I don't know the first thing about. Oh, I don't know the first thing about homeownership though. Maybe I should speak to Newton.
Is Newton the big one?
Yeah.
Seems smart.
Oh, he's the cleverest troll I know. Or ogre. They all look the same to me. Kluft says racistly.
Give me
It seems like something that should be an inside voice thing.
Luckily, in here, it's always inside voice. New rule. All right. Cool. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna break the lock on the front door, and then I'm gonna send one of the Rakin
You're
off.
saying that aloud. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna send one of the Rakin off to find Newton to ask him basically like to get like how you own a house, and then like that's the question. How do you own a house? And that's needed, and then if need be, like they kind of tell where Newton where we are, and then we're gonna do a tour of our new household. We're gonna do of our new manor, and we're gonna christen it a name. I don't know what the name is. Maybe Betty. That could be a good name. But we're gotta walk before we run. So,
Right.
sick.
You take the message. And points to a random one, and that one just runs out of the house.
Cool. And then we'll just do
break
like a
the
tour of the house.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so the rest of you, who, so, yeah, I think it was it, who was it? Was it just, Jeska, Newton, and
That was it. Oh, we found Ashen.
Well, no.
So yeah, we'd found Ashen.
Yeah,
at
found
this point,
Ashen,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
funny. It's
So
the
actually, it
three
kinda
players
works
that are
out.
here.
Yeah, the other two are still in the bar. They're still in the inn. So yeah, you're being followed by a troop of 5 Ratkin soldiers that are protecting you. What would y'all like to do?
Well, we were heading back
I
to the inn.
think
weren't we?
Ashen needs to get drunk
Yeah.
because, yeah.
All right, so you head back to the inn. Are you just going in?
I'm gonna find a quiet corner table, order myself a pint of mead because, let's be honest, I'm a gnome and probably a lightweight. That's gonna be more than enough.
They come in.
And
pints.
just quietly drink myself into a stupor, trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
Cool. So yeah, you go in, and the soldier guard goes in with you. You see Drakel and oh my god, why is it?
Dagmar.
Why do I have? Yeah,
Dagmar.
Why is?
Dagmar.
Yeah,
Dagmar,
it's a brain fog today.
Dagmar,
It's a brain
Dagmar.
fog today. You see both of them with Benjamin sitting at a table. Just kind of.
I'm just gonna assume they're playing cards.
Sure.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, they basically are. But then Benjamin looks up, sees all of you enter, and then sees like a troop of black-clad, armored Ratkin. Puts down his cards and just says, "Deal me out of this turn." Goes out, goes over to you, and just like, maybe like 5 feet away from you, Newton, and is like looking at him.
It's a long story.
This is what I'm dealing with now. This is what we're dealing with.
Look, they saved our lives.
You know what? I'm staying out of this one. Get me a
No. You're in this too.
Listen, I didn't do anything. I'm just fucking here because I decided to take a trade. That's all I'm here for. I wish I could tell you that this is not what it seems, but half the reason this is happening is because Newton here had decided to play God. So here we are.
Right. You, what are you here for? To the front, the Ratkin goes like, "We have pledged our lives to defend the Enkindlers."
See what I fucking mean?
All right. This is new. Dude,
You want another drink, Benjamin?
it's just I I'm a sheriff. That's what I do. I don't. Are you?
Listen, I don't know either.
Are they from here? Or are they from somewhere else? You've been like you've screwed
Do you
up.
remember we told you about that rat kingdom?
God damn it!
Yeah, and I will say it, and I will scream it from the heavens if you want me to, Benjamin, but I literally did not want to do anything to do with this. This was not my intention. This is his fault, and I point at Newton.
So you're here to protect the Enkindlers. I'm assuming that means these individuals. And it shakes its head. And says, all right, on whose orders? The Emperor. All right, that's gonna be a problem. All right. So who's watching them while we're here?
Oh, this
Who's
isn't all of them.
responsible?
Newton,
Well, I guess we'll wait. I guess we'll wait.
Look, honesty is best policy right now.
Because the little one left. Well, after you all left. So I don't know where he is.
Oh dear.
Do you think they may be together?
maybe.
Perhaps.
You know what? I'm
going to. Do you need supervision from now on, or?
Honestly, I fucking wish you would ask that a month ago at this point.
I gave you a simple job. Well, I didn't actually. Never mind. It wasn't that simple. And turns out it was simple externally. And you seemed like you could.
It
handle
was very
yourselves.
simple. If Newton here could stop playing God for fucking 2 minutes.
No! I didn't wipe out all of their enemies.
No, but you gave them the means to do that.
Oh,
Yes.
I would think
And the
something.
idea.
Let's not lift the veil in front of the honor guard now, shall we?
Well, you fucking caused it. You fucking sit in it, man.
Oh yes, should we tell them what happened at the tree or not?
If you want to, I don't give a shit.
Is that beer? It's just like they're looking at the bar.
Oh no.
Do they
I'd
have
rather you
alcohol?
didn't.
I want off this fucking
You didn't.
mad
You
train.
never saw
I
them
want
drinking
off.
anything like
Do you-
alcoholic.
Do you know what beer is?
Yes.
Insight check.
Scrutinized check.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll that one.
I'm not even going to roll. I'm like, Jeska knows that they're lying.
Yeah, I don't. I just need to know how much
Jeska
of a
is-
toddler with a
sorry.
handgun is this situation.
Sorry,
Like,
Jeska assumes that they're lying because she doesn't know that they're lying, but her initial reaction to that response is
but I got a
they're
9.
lying.
I got a 19. I needed a 65.
They
I'm
failed
too
their.
sad and angry.
Yep, they failed their check to lie by almost 50. So.
Nice. Nice.
So.
They don't know.
Yeah. I mean, no, it doesn't look like they know. They knew the name, and like looking at the bar. I mean, they seem full grown.
They are
and
adults.
They are armed. They're soldiers.
It's going to be like the Hobbits, isn't this? This is a
Yes.
pint.
Yeah, they're culturally adults. Biologically. Alright, well, how to explain to them that they don't have money to buy beer?
They have some money now. They robbed those guys blind.
Yeah, remember they did loot. They did
Oh.
loot the people that they murdered.
That's true. That's
Yes.
true.
So they do, and you did introduce the concept of a
I
monetary
did.
system.
I did.
right before.
No, that's good. I've already explained
right
to them
before
how.
the upheaval of
Yeah.
their society.
I wanna die.
They had
that's
you
true.
introduced the monetary system, and they were using some form of wooden like pucks as a monetary.
Can I buy a pitcher of ale, 5 mugs, and my pint of mead?
Sure. Yeah, you could go ahead and do that. Let me just double check the cost. Just 1 silver will do it for if you're doing a pitcher and a pint and cups and everything. Yeah, you 1 silver, that'll get you all of that. That's essentially like a table's worth of drinks. So that seems fair.
And Ashen is going to retreat to a corner.
Do you bring the pitcher with you?
Absolutely not. The pitcher and the cups go to another corner, far away from Ashen.
All right.
Bye,
Yeah,
Newton. And I walk off and buy myself a strong drink and go sit with Ashen.
The rat folk, unless they are ordered not to, will go and start imbibing.
They're going to what?
Drinking.
Right. Okay.
That is to partake in alcoholic beverages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that is not that word?
Today's been too long for me to understand that word.
Also, to be fair, it does kind of sound like embalming, which, different activity altogether.
I just heard vibing, and I was like, sure, I'm vibing. But,
Vibing with these rats, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Jeska buys like a moderate bottle of wine and just sits down with that.
I am going to bite the bullet
like
and stay
7
with
pennies.
the rats so they don't disturb Ashen.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
Cool.
get them to tell me what's been going on since we left.
All right. Cool. They start drinking. They take to it very quickly. But what you get is the fact that they left about 2 days after you all did.
Yeah, but that's
they've
like
been-
3 weeks in Rat Society.
It's true. They did implement a monetary system in 24 hours, 48 hours. So it's true. Yeah, no, the Blackthorn's kind of implemented a regimental system. So we're raising troops. Not really sure what for. Since our enemies don't exist anymore, they've all been murdered. By the crazy one.
Oh yeah.
There's we started to produce better swords and metal. Like the blacksmiths started using anvils. That they were called because of the other enkindler. The short one, but not the short one, like the medium short one.
One over there playing cards. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Heard like a lot of scrolls got burned. Things like that.
That's less. Thing. Okay.
But he's done pretty well. Like, streets are cleaner. People are nicer because when they're not, they're arrested. But it's good.
Oh boy. Okay.
Sounds like a utopia.
I'm gonna.
It's a ratopia.
I'm gonna continue to just entertain the rats, and maybe start. If it comes to it, I'll just start reading them my story, just to try and keep them distracted from normal civilization.
Right. Doesn't take you long for another rat to show up. Not one of the 5 that were with you. Kind of out of breath. Just Newton, right?
Correct.
I have a message for Newton.
I like the shoelaces.
That's not this one. That's
Oh,
not
damn
this
it.
That one stayed. That one stayed back.
Damn, I was hoping I could just make this rat stay.
No. This your friend, the small one, the one that carries a lot.
Yes, Kluft.
Right, Kluft. We're really just told enkindlers, and we don't really get the names that well. So yeah, Kluft wants to know information about how to own a house because they have a house.
Because they have.
We're doing a tour of it right now with the rest of the guard detail that's there, including and then yeah, I think. Oh, you're invited. Everyone's invited if they want to go. But they want to know information about the house, how to manage it. I think is kind of what's going on. They're kind of going with the. I heard they're kind of vibing with the name Betty for the house. I don't know if that's.
There's got to be a Betty in every campaign.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna just. I'm not even. I'm just gonna make eye contact with Jessica and going. I'm just gonna mouth the word Kluft and go.
I thought you were just gonna say, I got this. I got this.
Jessica's just
that is her. Don't worry, I'll try and sort this out. You stay with Ashen.
Jeska just sees you do that, and instead of picking up the glass, she picks up the bottle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to this house. I also try to drag the rest of the honor guard with me. Do you want to go see a house?
Sure.
Okay, let's go.
Yep. They all leave. They all have the one of them's carrying the pitcher, and and one of them's carrying all 5 cups. They're just keeping them. The host just thinks better of saying anything and just lets it go. At this point,
I'll bring it back.
We're just looking at you as you go pointedly, just. And yeah, so about 10 minutes later, but actually no, it'd be like 15, 20-ish minutes later, you arrive at a block just at the edge of kind of the slummy area of town, and you see a like mid-sized kind of abode, probably like maybe like a 1-bedroom kind of hut. It's got some nice it's not thatched roofing. It's actually like it's got tile roofing on it.
How much do I know about local property law?
Yes! Now we're in a campaign.
I'm gonna go probably nothing.
How much can I assume about local property law?
I mean, you can assume anything. it's just, I'm gonna say you probably don't know a lot about the ins and outs of local city ordinances around property ownership.
Okay,
given the fact that you've never set foot in this town and have only been in this country 2 weeks. So, yeah, I'm gonna do hard. I'm gonna do hard. That's the answer on that one.
Sure.
You see of the building, the door's closed.
Well, we would have burst that open if we bat an eye, I think.
Well, I think it was closed again after you broke the block. I think it was closed again.
Mi casa, su casa.
Yeah, door's open. The one window out front is broken in.
There might anything yellow is in the garden outside.
Sure. There's a rug. There's a yellow rug out front. It's just kind of like tossed
like it's been discarded out. Like it's been kicked out.
And here's Betty. Maybe I don't know if they went with that yet or not.
Right. Okay. Do I fit? First question.
Sure.
Okay. Second question.
Yeah.
I have the skill counterfeiting.
Sure. Try and find a deed in this house somewhere.
Well, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna check if there are any documents. I'm gonna make a fake bill of sale.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Somebody even has a water damaged piece of parchment. If you would like to use
that would add the authenticity of it being old. I was just gonna take a bit of parchment that I have, but I'll use my writer's tools. I'll just...
Is that you immediately arrive in the garden? You're like, right, okay, time to steal this.
I just look at this.
Don't even walk inside. You're like,
I have out of jail.
Yes, yeah. It's that, and also 2. This is now a place I can dump a load of the rats, and will be less of them because they'll have to guard the house.
Guard duty.
At this point, I'm trying to hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
if you want to go ahead and do that, you can.
I require a. What difficulty will this be?
I'm gonna say.
Do you want mind a suggestion? It might be worthwhile before you actually do this to go to City Hall and look at some examples.
Yeah.
Good.
Like, I'm sure your character would know that there's probably if
Yeah,
like
that's
that
true.
ordinance and stuff like that would probably be, rather than just like do a generic
Okay.
legal document.
Okay, what if I say I'll take some time to see if there are any laws around this, and then I'm just going to say, oh, Kluft, this is we're going to have a word at one point, but let me see what I can do to help. You keep an eye on all of these, please. And I just I give Kluft the rest of the honor guard.
Oh, great! We got a lot of work to
ale.
do.
They've also got ale. Yeah, they brought ale.
Yeah,
with
they
them,
brought a
so-
pitcher full of ale and cups and stuff like that. We'll have to share the cups, but this is good stuff. Like,
There might be
to the
cups in
other-
the house.
Oh yeah, there's cups. They're in the cup section. If you
cups
walk
and
inside,
board.
you'll see that I've begun collating. Everything's being organized by what it is. So, for example, there's a big
no.
pile of spoons in the corner. And then there's like a bunch of like knives, like in another corner. They're separated. They're separate.
What time of day is it right now?
It's midnight. it's like 1
Pottery's
So
being
I can't do anything right now. Okay.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
Right now, I'm in the middle of organizing the pottery according to color.
It's like 3 pieces
Yeah.
of pottery. Yeah. It's like,
There is a table on one side, and then a bunch of chairs stacked on top of one another. Keep it neat.
First thing in the morning, I'll go out and see what I can do. Do we happen to know the owner's name of this building? The previous tenant, shall we say?
he's dead.
Yeah, well,
That's it.
His name's helpful.
We could guess. He looked like a Dave to me.
Newton knows it.
Yeah, you tried giving it to the guard captains like as his name.
Oh, I thought that was that person's boss. Or are we in that boss's house?
You're in that boss's house.
Oh,
We're
right.
in a
Sharp
kingpin.
tooth? Sharp?
Yeah, sharp tooth. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying it's my house?
Actually-
Whoa, it's your house? I'm like, oh, sorry, I've been moving stuff around.
If it's Sharptooth's house, that's my name now. I killed him. I
Wait.
took the name.
How? Okay. Coloration
Oh,
wise.
sorry, I thought it was my house.
Coloration wise.
How close do they look?
Yeah.
Roll a d6 for me. Just roll a d6. We'll see. Actually, you know what? Mikey, roll a d6. Jessica's not a part of this, but Mikey's
Fuck
gonna
you,
be.
Roach.
Sharp tooth, do you mind if I stay at your house?
1. Thank God.
Exactly. they look practically identical to you.
To me.
To you. You don't know how identical they look to another ratkin. Great. Yeah, if this yeah, you're welcome to stay here. I like what you're doing with it.
Thanks. Well, shall I just keep going then?
Sure.
Great. And then I'll continue. I'll continue organizing things by size
Weird,
and
'cause
color.
Technically, I'm under your orders as you, because I'm protecting you, but you're in my house, so therefore, I have order.
See, I thought that it didn't belong to anybody.
I didn't even know I had it.
Wow. Well, it's stroke of luck then.
This is what inheritance is.
You know what? This is like when a king becomes another king, or a prince becomes a king. It gets passed down through the generations.
Is that how it works? We're not taught that.
I look at Newton for an explanation on all this.
Because Blackthorn says that he'll be king forever. King and emperor.
Hmm.
But
Oh,
if
so
anybody
they've got-
kills him, it goes down in flames and it has to be destroyed.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's like a Kim Il-sung degree, and then no, that's very different. Well, depending
like
on
a
how you look at
Palpatine.
things. Yeah,
The emperor cannot survive without me.
okay.
So who owns the house, Newton?
Technically, the
Yeah.
but technically the dead guy and whoever descended from him. But I will say, if you're pretending to, if you've taken the name of the dead person and are remarkably similar in stature to the dead person, you could
Looks nothing
be
like
the
him.
dead
Looks
person, and
nothing
then
like
it
him.
would be yours.
Looks nothing like him. Completely different.
Yeah.
I do not.
See the teeth? Totally different. It's like it's like a just like math. I don't get him. I don't get it.
Yes, okay. We're gonna sort this out. I would.
Great.
I think that let's say this. This house is now under your command as a no, let's not go that way. But
As a what?
no, this is your house.
Okay, you're throwing. I'm getting some mixed signals.
Yeah,
I'm processing a lot of information right now.
I get that way sometimes.
Okay, dude, here is how I saw it. Okay?
Right?
So, Blackthorn, oh, wait, Sharptooth is dead, right? But not this Sharptooth.
Is Black
The other
dead?
Sharptooth.
Because then I have to kill like a lot of people.
No, Sharptooth is dead. Sharptooth is dead.
Got it.
Which means that his property is up for grabs, right? So whenever a person dies, they become a corpse, and a corpse can't own their shoes. Ipso facto, they don't own a house. So, therefore,
Makes sense to me.
we take the house. We do what is called a squat. People were doing it all the time back home.
Like, I can never
Okay,
fault
To be
your
fair,
No,
there
we
logic.
got
probably
the
aren't
squatters'
laws against
rights.
Squatters' rights here. The
No,
problem
there's-
It's also known as adverse possession.
There's also probably not written into the legal code that there is such a thing as squatters' rights either.
That's
So
true.
it's-
It's,
Yes,
true. It's a wild
you're
west
correct.
right now.
Yeah,
Within the court of law, it is called adverse possession.
that rings true with Newton. Well, the
So
problem.
if it's anybody, if it's up for anybody, that means any of you could have it. And as in Kindlers, that means we're responsible for you and your property. So
Yeah.
should we? Should we
You
protect,
should protect
this
the
until?
house, yes, until we ever make our return.
And look for yellow things and get rid of them.
Got it.
Only in the house. Don't inflate that. They could cause some trouble.
In the house, outside the house. Just
Oh.
get rid of it, you know?
Sure. Sounds good.
Do you know what yellow is?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know it when you see it. You'll know
I
it when you
what
see it.
colors are.
Over these.
I'm thinking about calling it Whiskers. In honor of old Whiskers. What do you think?
I didn't know Old Whiskers, but that sounds great.
New Whiskers.
Knew it. That's amazing.
New Whiskers. I think we got it. I think we
Okay.
got it. I want to start shaking hands.
Yep. Yeah, just doing the thing. Like,
I can tell. Well done.
My trophy's got it. He's hurting. Burst into song.
A whole bunch of CEOs shaking. each
Yeah,
other's
yeah.
hands.
Good job. Good job. Grip me.
Table,
Grip me.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Like the
It's
end
great.
of fucking Mary
Yeah.
Poppins, just
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke with the fake beard
Yeah.
jumps up on the table there.
Well, hey, look, though, we're still like looking for treasure and stuff. So you know, there's all sorts of like, you know, rooms. I've never seen so many rooms. There's more than one. So I mean, there's all sorts. So this house, does it have like an area where the gambling was going on?
No, that was out back. That was in the.
Oh, they're doing that in the back garden, like in the
not the back
backyard.
garden, the back alleyway. Because
Back alley, yeah.
Into an alleyway.
Yeah.
That's kinda
Also, there's a whole zoning thing with the back alley. It was being used for gambling before. I don't know whether or not that came with the house. I suppose if we stab anybody who comes into it, then we kind of own it.
It's how we got this place.
I mean, we could just keep going.
Right. Sound good?
I'm not here to know.
yeah. I'm not hearing any negatives here.
I'm hearing a lot of regrets. They're all internal.
A lot of groanings from halfway across the city.
Yeah.
Look,
Just a bottle of wine.
I think what we need is a nice drink.
yes, you'll
Hey, take
you'll
this.
get
It's like-
settled in. Enjoy yourself.
gives you a cup.
I'm going
Just another one
to.
comes in. I found a whole bunch of cups. It's just
Yeah.
it takes everything.
Keep them together. Wait, hold on.
Right.
Let's first of all we have to figure out what color they are, and then we'll go from
Right.
there. Okay.
So you leave, Newton.
No, I'm only gonna go outside where it's a bit quieter to think. I'm not going back. I can't leave them unattended.
Hey, Newton, you made your bed. Now fucking lay in it.
I didn't kill the Skycloaks. I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah.
You're making like this was just me. I just gave them financial systems.
It was you and Dagmar. I almost forgot his
I-
name as well. Fuck.
I will. Point
Utari,
out
come back to
you-
us, please.
I will point out the catalyst of the new empire was the fact that you gave Blackthorn the idea that he had some form of authority as an advisor.
I didn't think he'd succeed. I was hoping this thing would just
Listen,
flannel
Grima
down.
one time
and
really needed some
this is what
education, and he could have been leading Rohan.
This has worked out for everybody. We're landed people now. We're moneyed. We have a clubhouse. We have a club. And
We have
Blackthorn,
generational wealth.
yeah, and Blackthorn now has an embassy. Right?
I like that the
there's
concept
all
of
sorts
generational wealth made it through
Yeah.
my lessons, but the idea of metal money didn't.
Well, they only want the useful things.
Yeah, and metal could be used for weapons because they have to get that from.
Yeah, they're a war economy.
Yeah, they had to get that from a
Jeez.
crypt, so it was
Yeah.
pretty limited
Not enough
there. But
fucking
trees,
whiskey in this Sprite.
trees. No, think about it, because then you hear that. No, think about it. Wood's better because it defeats inflation because it rots away. So you can't stockpile it for a long time. You got to use it when you got it.
They'll like it.
It's well, I mean that is a problem. You can't like hoard it, but
I like the horde.
Yeah, I'm just sitting outside.
Newton
and I'm
hates that he hears that. And it's
I'm-
like
I'm
that makes
just-
a lot of sense.
no, because I'm saying, well, just don't introduce them to varnish.
So you're saying this is money? Like you're clanking coins?
I don't get it. Yeah, well, like throughout the night,
I'm
like
just
I
on
guess.
the front step, my feet in the mud, head in hands, and then I just go into my book, into my bag, and I pull out a local, like, or not a local, but just a general, like, legal codes. Like
codes.
book. I'm just reading it and going, okay. What
Can
do
we
do?
name this
Wait a minute.
episode the consequences of your actions? Just
Have we stolen Sharptooth's job as well?
Sadly, I think it's already an episode.
damn it. The consequences of your actions too, Electric Boogaloo.
Well. If it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Exactly.
I think these consequences have worked out pretty well for us.
I
it
don't
could have been
take
worse.
the job. I already have a job. I'm protecting you.
Well, maybe it's my job now. There was only one Sharptooth.
But I'm Sharptooth.
Right, you're Sharptooth.
No,
the
don't put
idea,
that idea
but
into
I'm
them because
Sharptooth,
Sharptooth's
the
last
profession-
goal was to murder us all. So no, don't go there, Kluft.
Just poke it. Go. Like half of them are drunk or dead drunk on the ground at this point.
Dead or drunk?
Drunk.
Don't need more rat corpses to try and hide in various pig pens.
Yeah.
We need
so
more
yeah,
junk around here. I think we're really missing some junk.
We got a lot. This is worth a lot, I think. This is like just having this feels good.
I agree, but we need more.
You always want more.
What's the point in a
always
house
need
if you're not going to fill it with things?
I don't know. I never had a house. I was in the communal boroughs.
Well, me neither. I say we go for it. I say we fill it up to the brim.
Oh god, Kluft is just a magpie.
Have you seen my pile of junk on my
It
back?
took you this long to figure that out?
No, like literally, she's just trying to fill the hole with stuff. Like, it's not even lit. Okay.
I'm creating piles of things arranged by size, shape, and
It
color.
also like has an unusual fixation on a color they don't like.
Yeah.
So they throw that one out. They don't want to collect that.
Dang.
It's like crows, like blue.
You know,
They hate
yellow rugs, wallpaper,
Yeah.
gold. It all gets gone. It all gets gone. We don't want it. I demand the gold get broken up into bronze coins. I will only accept
Thousand
bronze
gold
and silver.
coins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, while it's going on, I guess we should probably explore the house and see if there's any like secret rooms or like what the actual layout of it is. Like, so what is the size like and shape and rooms and things?
There's like one major room in front that is just
Yeah?
that is like a living room kind of thing. There is another room that goes off to the side. So think of it like a square. The
Okay.
one half of the square, like a rectangle, is the living room, and then the two other halves of that, the rest of the rectangle, is a kitchen and a bedroom.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Sick. That's like massive. Okay. And there's like a back. Is there like a back door that leads to that alleyway?
Yeah, in the kitchen.
Okay. Cool. And in
Right.
the alleyway, is that just like is this like a London alley or a night sort of
Never
like
been to
alleyway?
London.
But
No,
you know
I
what I
don't-
mean, like just like like small,
I?
narrow, like small and narrow sort of like alleyway.
Yeah, super
Think
tight
like
or
old. Well, I was
It's,
going to
it's
say
an
think
alleyway
old
that on
city,
the,
but there's not
on
many
the
of those.
edges of this block, it gets much more tight, and it kind of empties out into a larger like lot in this.
So there's like a
center.
yard. There's like a yard
No,
out.
it's all paved. There's no grass or anything like
Yeah,
that.
that's
It's
what I
all
mean,
kind of
yeah.
paved. There's a small well in the center.
Basically, my question is, could you put up like some pavilion and run an outside pub from here?
Sure.
Just in theory.
I mean, physically you could. Yes.
yeah. I think we're gonna need to do the gambling tomorrow though, because otherwise people will ask questions. So we're gonna have to do that.
I guess. It's
Guess
just
we're gonna have to
always
get some-
here.
Guess we're gonna have to get some cockfights going. I don't know. We're gonna
So,
need to
do
like.
you want us to go steal some chickens? We can do that.
Uh,
Very drunk.
yeah.
Or should we wait?
nothing happens till we've got the paperwork to say that this house is ours.
Seems really
knows what
smart.
to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
knows
that
what to
seems
do.
really
We should
smart.
listen to
Yeah.
him.
Right. All right. So the next day. So the next day.
Nope.
No, I hope they're having a conversation. So please switch the characters. Switch characters, please.
Yeah. So
Throw this to
Ashen.
Jeska and Ashen, please.
Get me out! Get
So
me out!
Ashen, you're alone in a corner, drinking, blissfully unaware of the horrible consequences of past actions. In a bar with the rest of your party, but alone, off to the side. What are you doing?
I think Jeska's with me.
Yeah, I'm sitting next to her, but I'm not
Okay.
saying anything. So I'm
Right.
busy drinking my wine.
Alone in your head.
What
Can't
would
hear you.
do?
There we go.
What would you do? Where are you from?
Fairly big town called Braston. What do you mean? Well, the city, I suppose, by standards.
You heard Braston had been burned. What would you do?
You and I quite obviously have very different familial relations.
But you must know other people there.
I was pretty sheltered as a child, being the firstborn of the Baroness. I didn't really grow up in a situation where I could make many friends, and the friends I did make were mostly spoiled rich kids who thought that my horns growing in when I turned 12 was something to poke fun at for many years. So yes, I know lots of people in Braston. Most of them hated me. So there was a few of them that I'd mourn. The garden was always nice. He always had nice flowers. Always had a kind smile for me whenever I grazed my knee running around the garden. There was this is thinking about it now is quite funny. There was this really cute trader who came into town one day who kind of stuck around for a little longer than I think she expected because well, I grew a little fond of her, but she had to move on a few days later, obviously. That's how the world works. There aren't very many good memories in Braston. Those that do exist, they're not because of my family or friends, but of people who showed me some kindness who left. Maybe a few days later, maybe a few years later, but most of them left. They don't live in Braston anymore, or they're buried in one of the many, many graveyards. So, to answer your question, I don't know how I'd feel. It's all different when it's your town. But I know that I wouldn't be worried about my family. They have their own private guard. They'd be fine. Can't hear you, Red.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I suppose it's the uncertainty. Because if I knew that they'd escaped, or they were sheltering at the university, or they were just safe, then it wouldn't be so much of a problem. But don't know.
I can understand that. Uncertainty is a big problem. But what are your family like? What are your family like? Because obviously I have a younger brother, a younger sister. They were good people, but I don't imagine that was because of the fact that they were brought up well. I just think they were taught to respect their older sister. Dad was good for a laugh. He wasn't much of a father, but I suppose he was a good man, if there's no other description for him. And mother tried her best. She knew it was going to be hard when she had me out of wedlock, and she knew she would have to try and find someone to get married to eventually, to have more kids. So I don't envy her position now that I am old enough to see what it would have been like. But I don't know. My family and I have a very weird relationship.
Well, I'm the only one the only one to survive to adulthood. But gnomes live for. I think Mama said one was a choice between her and the child.
Mm.
And then one just got sick. Thing with gnomes is we live for a long time, so I've got great-great-grandparents that are still around, making, contributing. So even though nobody had many children, the generations are still there. Mama and Papa wanted to find out everything they could and then tell everybody what they knew. They they didn't want knowledge for power or for monetary gain or for greed or anything like that. They just wanted to find out and then teach others. And when I started showing so much interest in Asia and the other wisdoms, I think it took them a little by surprise, just because I'd had that upbringing, but I wanted to help in different ways. And I'd found this faith because the church was obviously a part of our lives, but it was never everything. We'd observe the festivals, we'd go to church occasionally, but Mama and Papa were all, okay, but let's not take this too far. Because they were scholars, they'd seen history, they knew what history taught when you took things too far. I mean, look at this war. So, my pilgrimage, want of a better term, they were never against it. They saw what I was trying to do. And my calling was similar to theirs in the way they wanted to teach, and I just go into the wild. But it was a call. And that news that you told me that you'd heard, that was a call. So why would I not follow that one?
When I think I was 10, maybe 9 or 10 years old. One of my family guards were, I think they were sparring with their new squire, and this young farm boy couldn't have been much older than maybe 14, maybe if he was lucky. This knight was absolutely beating the shit out of this poor kid. I mean, God, teaching him how to fight was one thing. Teaching him how to take a beating was another. But I decided that I had enough of watching it, so I picked up the training sword. I watched my knights fight in various different situations, and I had always had an inkling towards martial affairs. Even when I was younger, I was the one swinging off the ceiling fixtures and running around the castle like I would find some great treasure or something. But I caught that knight off guard, and I gave him a good bruising, but earned me a very stern talking to. And in that moment, I think similarly, though in a different way, I found my calling. I found that I liked to protect people and stand up for what I felt was right. And I was damn good at fighting. So I went with something that I knew I could do. And I asked my mother a few weeks later if she could find me a knight to squire to, and in a few days she had found somebody who had enough stature that me going off with them wouldn't be seen as her trying to pawn me off to somebody, but would also earn them some amount of respect. So I got what I wanted, and she got what she needed. So, you know, your family sounds nice, though. I mean, I can appreciate teachers. They always try to lift their students above where they are. So, here's to that. To the teachers.
To the teachers. Oh, I don't know. Gonna go back to the temple tomorrow. See if I can talk to the high priest. Ask if he'll pray with me. I'll need money, whatever. So I got a gold and a half right now. I don't think that's going to get me very far. Even if I can get most of my food on the way myself. How do you feel about hugs? Because I could really do with one.
I think, I don't know, and come here. And Jeska will give Ashen a hug.
Might be a bit of a wet patch on Ashen's, Jeska's armor afterwards.
That's fine. It's not blood this time, so it's an improvement. Hers or her enemies, we'll never know. So, whatever decision you decide to make, I will back you up. You have to do what's best for you. It's your family, it's your home. So, if you decide tomorrow you need to leave, I'll see what I can do for a bit of money.
There's no way I could pay you back.
Don't worry about that. Worry about your family.
Well, Benjamin got the meeting with the Lord. Oh, that's the thing. Would you come to the square with me tomorrow and point out the crier that you heard that news from? They may be able to tell me where they heard that.
Sure, assuming they're in the same place, I'll do that.
Thank you. We've got to go and see the Lord. Apparently getting paid by the Lord. Then if we can bring that bounty in, might be enough to, even if it just gets me a pony.
It'll be enough to get you somewhere.
Right, I am going to take this astronomy book, go and read it, cry for a bit more in private, and go to bed. Thank you, Jeska.
I am going to finish the second bottle of wine, consider all of my life choices, and then get some sleep. Have a good night. Sleep as best you can.
And you.
You're muted.
You muted.
All right.
Nice.
The next morning. So, those at New Whiskers. Those at New Whiskers. So, you have a whole bunch of guard ratkin who were hungover, still sleeping.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What would both of you like to do, or what are both of you up to in the morning?
I'm going to admire my lordly estate.
I have 3 different ideas, each as bad as each other.
I like it. They sound like the best ideas then.
But first of all, I'm going to go to the town hall and see if I can find local legal proceedings about home acquisition. And entitlement.
All right. So, okay. Oh, God.
I'm educated in law.
It's educated in lore. Like,
Would it roll
look the part.
education?
I'm just trying to see how. Yeah, that'd probably be it.
But
That'd probably be education.
But yeah,
how to-
law is under education.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Got a 52. I needed a 63.
Okay.
Nice.
You find a couple of examples. You're able to kind of finagle your way into some examples by posing as somebody who's looking to buy some property inside town, putting on your most stately of airs, and you get a couple of examples to look at that look relatively like recent, some home ownership.
So,
and
so
land
there are actual like home
deeds.
ownership deeds here. It's not just oh, they just live there. Okay.
For some of like the nicer places, this is examples in like the Ivy Hollow area, or like the places where like craftsmen would go. Are you inquiring about like ownership of land in like the South Town?
Yeah, I will do.
South Town. Okay. Yeah. Give you an odd look. Just kind of thinking of buying up some property for a business down there. That's the ratkin that's just there. No.
Oh god.
Yeah,
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
And he just
starts
winks
showing
to
up as
me.
dressed in black, covered in blood. I'm thinking about buying up some property.
Well,
Starting a business down there?
It's more the fact of I'll live elsewhere in town, but yes, possibly like looking to invest eventually.
Nobody really owns things down there. Not too much. Just kind of just people just live. People just. It's just not a lot of guards, let's say, go down South Town too long. So,
Sounds straight. Otherwise, they have to watch out for the trash king. King of the trash down there.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm gonna give them a silver piece for their trouble.
People just like come into contact with you guys, like into your orbit, and they just get silver for just like
tossing money. to
This
people.
specifically helps sell that I'm like someone looking to buy property and an investor, like which is the third thing.
I think you
No, investors don't give out cash for nothing.
But yeah, so you provide that. He takes the silver if you provide it. Yeah.
Okay, so there's
Just
two
he's just a
options.
lowly
There's four
government
options now. Okay,
functioning.
yeah.
What are these options? I'm liking the sound of it. What's the options?
So
It's the
Okay,
worst
what are the
one.
options?
We'll go
the
with that.
worst one.
The best one. Okay.
The worst one is we proclaim it as an embassy of the new Rat Kingdom.
I like this. I like this option. I like this option. Then we get diplomatic immunity, and we can do whatever we want.
Second option.
We can come villains in a Die Hard movie. It's.
The second less problematic option is I file some fake paperwork we have some fake paperwork that I make up to say ownership, and then we convince some of the rats to live there as the owner.
Why do we want the rats to live there?
Because we're leaving. And I don't want to take them with me. The third option is we say that I file paperwork, but it's going to take time. So in the meantime, the rats need to stay behind and protect the place. And then it's just up to...
And it works itself out.
And the final option, which is the morally worst option out of all of this. Roach, what's the building made of?
Wood. But most of the buildings in this town are made out of timber.
Yeah, that's
very few stone.
That's the morally bit that I'd struggle with.
Wait. You seem to be like attempting to get rid of these rat folk.
I
suppose,
very
like,
much. I
it seems
very
to be your
much.
goal.
Discourse. I'm not even gonna shit you. I very much am. they
goal
are a
is all wrong.
problem for us.
Your goal should be, how do we best utilize this new land that we own? What are we going to do with it? Are we going to run an illegal casino?
No, Newton is
Discourse. Discourse, you sound like the bourgeoisie you hate so much.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, but now I'm the member. But now I'm the member of the bourgeoisie. Now everyone can go fuck themselves. Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
He's got a point.
Yeah.
got a point.
Fuck them.
He's got a point.
Should have got ahead in the rat race, bitches.
Literally.
The rat
Literally.
race.
God damn it.
Everyone's seeing red until they start seeing green, motherfuckers. Anyway, no. The fifth option is we forget about the house completely. I go with my original plan, which is get my fucking book published, which I still want to fucking do, and then send them back with the advanced copy.
I was supposed to do that today.
Yes.
I do have some
Yeah, and
paper.
then this shit happened, and now I'm trying to work out if it's better to board these rats in while they have a hangover, possibly getting them more drunk, and then burn the building down, or
It's the most morally wrong option.
that's what I
It's
said.
true.
It was the worst option. Or
They did save
try
your
to do
lives.
some. Yeah, they did. Legal shenaniganery. I think it's the best.
Chicanery.
Bullshittery.
I'm gonna convince them. I'm gonna try to convince most of them, at least most of them, to stay here. I think this is what's
Alright.
best for the party. I think
Okay.
that's best for everyone but Kluft's opinions in this matter.
Do you know local gambling laws? Because we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that information.
I don't think we do. The fact that the guard really. I think that the guard not coming down here is an answer enough. Right. Okay. I'm gonna go back.
Sick.
Go back to where? New Whiskers?
Yeah,
New
New
Whiskers Estate?
Yeah, New Whiskers.
Nice. We will have crudely drawn on some whiskers onto the front door at this stage, like cut it in,
Looks like a children's
because it's
playset.
classy. It's classy to have a name.
Super Five Nights at Freddy vibe now.
Yeah.
Look, okay, so I've started the
Rats are
paperwork.
moving boxes around and
not
crates.
so loud, not so loud.
Okay, so I've started the paperwork.
Oh, great. We're also going to need paperwork for the legal gambling bit.
You know, you don't need paperwork when it's illegal.
Really?
Even better. That's why.
That's
yeah,
kind
that
of
works
the
out.
definition of that term.
I like you, Newton. I tell you what.
So-
You can.
Roach, I'm going
Started
to.
putting on some
So
air.
I need to try and convince them. So,
like you, Newton, don't you?
however, the
I'm gonna
paperwork's
go
going
at
to
it.
take
I'm gonna go
time,
at it.
and myself and Kluft have
Right.
business elsewhere. So we're going to need some people to look after the building, and while we're gone.
We have business?
It's
Yeah,
like raising hands. No, the pick.
Yeah, good. I thought you would be perfect for it. Just as a note, Roach, I just rolled a 1.
Okay. Right, yeah,
Here's-
don't worry.
Yeah. I just
Here's
rolled
the
a
deal.
1.
If they
I'm
if they
awful at
succeed on a
fellowship.
check, I will let you know eventually.
Yeah. That's possibly the best thing to go, because my fellowship is 27, so
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
you
good
need
at the whole
rolls.
convince. I needed
They
that
haven't rolled
critical
a
success.
success this session.
But Kluft, if you'd come with, I know, you've got. I love what you've been doing with the place in terms of the organization. It's fantastic. But if you grab everything you think you'll need, we need to head back to the others for a while. And I'm sure our friends here will take good care of the building. Yes.
Well,
We defend it with our lives.
we kind of
That's
had
what I'm
big
afraid
plans today. Today's a work day. You know what they say? You know, no graft, no pay. That's what they say.
Why do we do this? Because we're supposed to make your lives easier. So since this seems to be the primary
you are,
thing,
are
the
you?
ownership.
Well, it's not easy right now.
That's the
Look.
Since this seems to be the primary thing that's causing trouble, we'll handle the stuff relating to the estate New Whiskers and today. And then when you come back, we'll give you whatever we made. You're the boss, right? Boss?
But the boss is usually there when the deals are going down.
No, it was, yeah, but true, but I'm your number 2 or whatever. And so I can help you.
Not in
With
not
this-
in every case. What's the
Technically,
what's the
I mean,
emperor's name?
everybody's used to dealing with Sharptooth. So
True.
I'll fit right in.
He's a front. He's a front.
What's a front?
I have a front. Yeah. I also have a back as
A
well.
A front is a
he seems so
term
smart
with
sometimes.
organized crime where it's you have
One thing you're gonna learn about me very quick though is that I'm not very well organized.
it's you have a fake establishment in the front that hides the real goings on. So
Right. So the illegal gambling operation is the front to the murder-acquired house.
Right? Yes.
in
Yeah,
this
exactly.
case, unfortunately,
Yes.
It's like a barrel you're hiding in. So we
Makes a lot of
gamble
sense.
so that no one knows that
Like
we're
3
stealing
rats
all
in
of
a
the
trench
houses.
coat.
Right. Okay. So yeah, like I said, the 10 of us will stay here. We'll manage everything. You come back and you get your winnings. And then, if anything goes wrong, we'll kill them. And we'll get another house.
Huh. Only if they become our enemies, though. We're not in the business of murder. We're in
Right.
the business of retribution.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's like
Right.
law.
Right.
We're like,
Don't
New-
worry.
new-
Blackthorn, who claims ownership over all the sun touches, has very strict laws.
wait,
we're
wait,
under
wait,
his
wait,
law.
wait, wait, wait. Hold on. Now I'm confused. Does
Sun doesn't
Blackthorn?
touch here. It doesn't.
Oh,
we're
oh,
inside.
okay. Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Oh, yes. Fine. Okay.
Does that mean Blackthorn doesn't own the palace because the sun doesn't hit the inside of it?
His radiance touches it. We went over that. That was the thing. He had to explain it to us. But his radiance is essentially like that.
An extension
So
of the
that's-
light, I see.
Right. Yeah.
I think I get it. Yeah.
It's okay if you don't. I didn't for a while, but
I don't get
you
it.
Just can,
I don't
yeah,
get
you
it.
just nod. You just nod. Like you get paid.
Okay. Well, look, listen. What kind of? So, I don't know. I kind of wanted
Newton's
to. I
gone.
kind of wanted to. Yeah, turn around.
Newton's like dragging
You get it, Newton? Just gone.
Newton's halfway down the
He
street
went
looking.
that way. I think he wanted you to follow him or something. We're gonna have some fights today. I think that's what we're gonna do. So don't worry about it. We got it, boss.
I assume you know what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Newton's gonna pull out his handkerchief, wipe away the nosebleed, and then progress back to the inn. Oh, I before I left, I picked up the cups and pitcher that I said I'd bring back, if they were still fucking there.
No, they're there.
Okay, good.
They're there. They didn't go too far. Nope. And so, Kluft.
Hold on though. I need you guys to understand like what we're going to be accepting. Because
Right.
I don't need no coins or anything like that. They're gonna try and pay in coins.
Right.
This is a no-no. What we require, are green objects.
Like the pre-Newtonian monetary reforms.
No. No, we need green
Sweet.
things. I point to one of the piles that's quite small. I go, we're disastrously low.
Got it. Grass, leaves,
Yeah.
green pottery.
And pay out in yellow things. So there was a big pile of kind of metal yellow things in a room in there
Think we're
inside a
gonna do well.
lockbox. Pay that out. But take all the green stuff.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Good job. And if anyone gets uppity, take them into a back room and I guess teach them a lesson. I suppose is what they say. I don't know what that means, but I'll leave it to your judgment.
Figure it out.
Yeah. And make sure they swim with the fishes. Okay. So now we gotta.
Right.
Okay. Well, bye. Let me know how it goes.
How does Kluft know the phrase "swim with the fishes" but not know what a front is?
He's hung
Love
around
knows
very
ipso
specific people.
facto and doesn't know what a front is.
He's hung around very specific people.
He never hung out with the front. He's
No.
always with the back. He's always with the
No.
back crew.
Well, the below was where I
Below
lived.
crew,
I
yeah.
feel like the back of a fucking pantomime horse right now.
Yeah. Whenever they were like sleep with the fishes, usually they were pouring concrete onto your shoes. I happened to be around there because they often did that in the sort of back alleys and in the sewers. I was never inside the storefront. I wasn't allowed.
All right. So, Kluft, you catch up with Newton as you leave.
Yeah. Nice thinking about that, by the way, because it creates a distance between us and the gambling. That's smart. That's the sort of thing that Big Tail used to do. Hey, maybe I'm the new Big Tail. I don't have a tail though. What do you think, Newton?
I think. I think we need to. He just walks.
I think I'm really coming up in the world. I must be what you call that new money.
So you have to like gold for that, so I don't think that's quite true.
No, not gold. I like bronze. They make a satisfying noise, but everybody knows that gold is useless.
Right. Any gold you don't want, feel free to just give me.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah. There's all this soft yellow fabrics. I had to get rid of them as well.
That's fine. I just the metal gold. That's what it is.
Just got rid of them. Yeah.
So, back at the inn, when you both arrive at the inn, everybody's kind of woken up. You've had your morning food. Everybody pay a brass penny for breakfast if you would like. And yeah, you're all back together, and Benjamin's there. It says, so boring, whatever the fuck you both are dealing with somewhere else.
He's dealing with it.
I was talking, the little one's back.
We're running an illegal gambling den. We murdered the local
want to
shark,
hear
and
that.
now we run it.
I want.
Don't worry.
Well,
Kluft
Newton
made
murdered
sure
the
that
shark.
no money is changing hands, so technically not breaking any laws anymore.
I
don't worry, it was Newton that did the stabbing, I think. That's what I heard.
All right. So
It's too early to drink. It's too early to drink.
Yeah, it is. So
Speak for yourself, and Newton just shot some of the rock gut I've got.
So I'm gonna try and get an audience today.
Why? What show are you performing?
No, I'm trying to get an audience with the Lord so that you can be
Okay.
paid.
Okay, yeah, that makes.
Oh,
perfect
we're
sense.
hobnobbing. Okay.
So I'm going to try and do that. I don't have a guarantee whether it'll be today, but it'll definitely be sometime, like I said, next few days. When they know I'm here, so the more I kind of annoy them, the more they'll
Do
just want to
something.
get rid of me.
Yes, that's how it works.
So
Historically, annoying kings has not gone well.
it's a lord. It's a low lord, but either way, I'm going to be doing that. So whatever you had planned for today, if you were trying to do that, I know you said you had a bounty, or you're trying to find other jobs, trying to do what you can to pass the time, go ahead and do it. If I find out anything, or if there is going to be a meeting today, I will send word out. I do have some friends in the guard, so they can pass it along. They'll know what you look like, and they'll, yeah.
Tell them not to come to New Whiskers. It's by the. I give him the address. Don't go
Alright.
there.
Sure.
Don't know.
All of you notice he doesn't write anything down.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna go do that. Try and not burn anything down or overthrow any monarchies again. Apparently. Point looks at Newton and Kluft. All right. Okay.
Well, I think I'm part of the system now.
If that helps.
Yeah.
He walks out
We'll
the
meet
door.
you back here at 1, Benjamin.
All right. He leaves.
So, dude, what was that important business then?
You just heard about what our business was. I don't know what else to say.
All right. Well, Newton, you need to get your book published. Ashen, we need to go find that crier. Let's go. Jeska looks very
Alright.
chipper for someone who just had to drinking 2 bottles of wine.
All right. Well, you're not dealing with that, so you're a lot happier now.
How?
What's Newton doing? Just going along with it?
Well, yeah, because we're gonna go try and get my book published for one thing. But I'm also I'm quickly writing down all of the shit that happened. I'm giving it to Jeska, and it's got relevant information of like where the bodies went.
Well, for one, the bodies are gone because they were fed the hogs.
Yeah, I've written down essentially the rat crimes, and I've pinned it all on the rats. And I'm just like, give this to a guard if you can, is what it says at the bottom of the pad. I'm just like,
No, funny thing, there was just a whole uprising of rat kidding in the lower quarter. They've taken an entire block, barricades up.
Nice. Good job. The revolvers are here.
Yeah. So, yeah, all right, you pass it along. Jessica, you now have that incriminating bit.
Jeska gives it to the first guard she sees
Sure. Let me just,
and just keeps walking.
Yeah, there's just a dwarfish guard that just kind of, good day. All right.
we're fine because
What?
Kluft can't read.
Reed starts reading it.
Are you actually informing on our rat friends?
Fuck
Yes.
yes, I'm getting rid of them.
I don't.
Why?
Jeska does
We're
not
like
care.
literally like here to be our servants. Like, why would you get rid of them?
Because they
You
link
can't
us
sneak
to.
anywhere with 10 people.
Yeah, that's
Why not?
Not like
We
we're
got here.
conspicuous enough as is.
What's wrong with being conspicuous?
I
genuinely don't understand. Like,
Well, hey,
These
we'll get into what happens.
yeah.
All right. Well, Jeska's going off with Newton and fucking Ashen to go get shit done.
Okay, so if we go to the temple square first, you.
Yeah, because that's in the way, I think.
Flying cry, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ashen can scoot off and.
Do I recognize the crier in question, Roach, who I heard mention about the burning down of a town?
Give me a scrutinize check, or not scrutinize,
Awesome.
an awareness check.
Awareness. Is it
Awareness.
awareness or is it scrutinize?
It'd be awareness.
It's awareness. Is just Jesus. Yeah, grand.
besides to echo,
Oh, so 9.
echo
Grand.
the
So
words
it's
of
9 versus the
Drakel.
45.
9.
How can Drakel take over this town if we're ruining it for him? Like,
That's a good point.
Ah, he slept on it. He slept on it. He should have inserted himself as crime.
Could have murdered the crime
kingpin.
lord.
Yeah, exactly, and then set himself up as the local crime lord.
Wouldn't have been all that hard at this point, it seems.
It's very
That
easy.
sounds far too messy.
Yeah, you found. Yeah, you see him at the kind of the edge of the square,
That
just kind
one.
of standing on a box.
I'll see you back at the inn at 1.
All right. Let's go, Newton.
he just nods. Oh, he also hands up the wrapped, the leather-bound manuscript.
Wow. What's that about?
There seems, yeah.
All right. So, go ahead and make 2 awareness checks, just both of you. And while that's going on, so Ashen, you head out and going towards that crier. Okay. Cool.
Do you want my results now, or do you want me to wait on those?
Just wait on him.
Cool.
Yeah, as you walk up to the crier, they are not crying and they are not saying anything about a city or a fire or anything like that. They're talking about a what what is it? A local apothecary who's got a deal going on soon about a new healing draft they're producing, and passing out flyers.
Yeah, I heard that one yesterday. Excuse me.
Yes, yes.
My friend said you had some news about Felderham yesterday.
Yep, was paid to inform everyone about it.
May I ask who paid you?
There's a I get my work from I get it from a lot of places. That one specifically, I think it was the guard captain, or at least the guard itself. I don't know if it came directly from the guard captain.
You couldn't tell me where the guard house is, or at least the main station.
There's a few houses around. Good check. They have a. We're talking about they have the stockade, the primary area. They have a large building in the center part of town, a little ways away, that you can go and see if captain's there.
Thank you. Can I give him a couple of brass, please?
He refuses it. Take this. Take this. Don't throw it out, please. I get paid. I get paid if they're all gone by the end of the day.
Oh, give me two. I know an apothecary.
Great. Gives you another one. And yeah, it's like a picture. It's like a fairly nice, like, printed flyer. Sense of a new healing draft coming out soon. You know, visit the shop. Gives like the directions and an address and everything like that.
Okay, and once I've talked to him, I head into the church.
Okay. You do so. It is early morning. Oh, there's quite a few people doing their morning prayer.
I go and find one of the attendants. Maybe one of the
Yes.
ones from yesterday.
Yes.
Is it one of the ones
Uh,
I know from yesterday?
If you're specifically looking for any, you don't see any. Specifically looking for the ones you talked to yesterday too.
Praise be to the wisdoms.
The wisdoms are free to be spoken to anywhere in this establishment. If you can't find a seat, it usually clears out in a little bit. But it looks like there's a couple in the back, if you would like.
Thank you. Do you know if the High Priest has any time today to answer some questions of faith?
High Priest. Yeah. I could ask if he has time. He is normally a bit busy. He has a seat on the city council. But if he does, it won't be for at least most of the early morning. It'd be midday or later day if he did.
That's fine. I'll, of course, make a donation to the church. He
Thank you.
finds some time for me.
Of course, I will make sure to mention that.
I bow and then head into one of the pews just to have some quiet, peaceful praying time. Possibly ask Aja what the fuck to do.
Right. Sure, you may do so. Everybody's kind of doing all their morning prayers. So while that's going on, what was the 2 awareness checks that Jeska rolled?
28 out of 45 and 32 out of 45.
Cool. Right. So you go over towards where you were directed by Benjamin, where you would most likely find some sort of craftsman or some sort of printer shop. which would be Heatherhorn, that district of the city. And when you do, one, it's a little familiar. This is the road you came into town on, but it definitely, now that you look at it compared to the rest of the town, this is a much more industrious area. There's a lot of kind of blacksmiths, like harriers. There's a lot of just like general craftsmen and store and shops kind of all around. If there is any residential, it's a combination store residential location with the second floor being like a residential. So it's there's a lot of hustle and bustle this morning as people are just kind of going out getting what they need for the day and kind of like that kind of thing, or selling or trading. So, but less so in like final trade amounts, like in terms of like what you get at a market. More like people are doing deals or getting commission orders, that kind of stuff. And it doesn't take you long to find a few shops that look to be printing presses. Is there anything specifically you're looking for in terms of a printing press, or are you just going to go to the first one you find?
Well, I think we were looking for one that possibly also handles distribution, because we won't be able to distribute ourselves some way.
Okay. You come across one, looks like a bit bigger than the other two that you found. Has a kind of an alley to the side of it where you do see like a cart part, horse being kind of tended to. It does look like the symbol on the side of the cart is kind of the same as the symbol on the door of this place, so it's got at least some sort of transportation like nearby, like next to the shop, so possibly. Is that the one you'd like to go and inquire?
Looks as good as any. Jeska.
All right. That's good enough. Have I ever heard of this particular printing press, or is it a case of I wouldn't have because it's nowhere near my hometown?
Probably wouldn't have. It's on if you like go up and you read it, it's written in kind of like the common and Algan. You see it says Trumbull and Hall's printing shop.
Oh wow.
Never heard of them, but hey, that's not saying much. There's loads of printers around these days.
Yeah, there's people giving up pamphlets and all sorts back home. They used to always be screaming on the corners and trying to get you to look at them with the funny pictures.
Not that kind of printing, but cool. Not the cool as in the vernacular of this world.
It could be, if we make it so.
Roach is like, don't you fuck up my world building, you dicks.
It's already
there. Already there.
Damaged. But yeah, so yeah, if you'd like to go in, you can. Looks open. You see individuals working behind the like storefront glass.
Are you making a pamphlet with funny pictures as well?
Maybe.
Ooh. I've seen a lot of them. Like, I can tell you what kind of pictures to put on.
This is looking more and more like it's going to be a black comedy, actually. And I'm the punchline. Let's keep going.
Like a play. Like
Yes.
street theater.
Turns out the thing that Newton and Kluft bond over is theater.
Yeah. where the puppet hits the other one really hard. I like it. It's good. And you yell, oh no,
yes.
you didn't.
That's the way to do it, yes. Oh no, I've just realized my voice is kind of like a Punch and Judy show. Fuck. Oh no. Well.
Fuck.
So.
I go in. I pull out the letterbound book and I go in. The script that
Okay, you hear the sound of like machinery being worked, not automatically, but like individuals, like, you hear like a machine press and then like the sound of like paper being moved. It doesn't take long for like somebody in like a coverall and like with aprons that's like very stained hands coming out and like, yes, can I help you?
quick thing before I go in, I put the ring
I put the 2 rings on, the signet and the
Cool.
inheritance band. Yes, hi. My name is Jeska Oakborn. I'm here to bring a potential. Newton, how did you put it again? Is it scientific or is it what exactly did you want to?
Yes, it's a document of societal research.
Yes, he's looking to. I would be looking to sponsor the publishing of this book. As I have a bit of. My family enjoys the sciences, and we've always been at the forefront of it. And I happened to be out traveling and ran into Newton here, and his writings intrigued me. I believe that it would be interesting for the entire scientific community to read this and learn from its parsings. He has quite the insight, it seems, at times. Excellent with wording, by the way, as well. Excellent read.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
All right. Sure. We might be able to do something like that. We normally deal. Is it a pamphlet on discoveries, or are we looking for what kind of volume?
It might be funny pictures, I think.
I think it's probably about 30 pages. I think.
30 pages. All right. Yeah. It's Yeah, we could do something like that. We normally, do you have how many did you want? Do you want a personal copy, or is it, or how are you?
Well, we need one for yourself, Newton, obviously. You need a personal copy for yourself, your first ever published book. We need one for your main, how did you call him? I'm sorry, it's Alcan Common isn't my first language. It's a struggle at times to find the correct parsing.
What would be we would want one to the benefactor in black. We have one for you and your family, of course. Well, multiple copies probably for you and your family. And then just do you handle any distribution yourselves? Talking to the printer.
We can, not normally a lot, but we can see if we can shop around and get some buyers from the local populace.
It's a very local work, so it might be of interest around here.
Well, saying that as well, Newton, I believe our individuals that we learned from here, they mentioned that there is a small contingent of intellectuals in a different part of town. Maybe we should get a few books published and head door to door there and see if you can't make a few sales. See if there isn't interest. If
you have some orders, that'd be a lot easier because we can then take in orders and print to that.
We can sell them at our gambling den.
Oh, fuck me.
Established. All right. Yeah, no, not probably a great establishment to sell it in, but I could...
Well, we could make up. We're going to use violence and stuff, too, so...
And yeah, hang on, just a quick thing out of character discourse. You wonder why my character struggles to be charming when your character comes out with this bullshit in the middle of this kind of interaction. Like, why she struggles to be who she is.
Hi. I think.
Anyway,
I think that.
I don't know him.
Yeah, I hear you.
Apologies. Apologies.
True. Left.
Apologies. Anyway, yeah. So we could. How's about this then? We'll get 2 copies published. We'll keep one for yourself, Newton. Of course, you should have your first published copy, and then the second one we can take with us to the intellectuals of the town and see if anyone is interested in purchasing, and then we can come back here and tell you how many copies we'd need. Does that seem fair?
Yes, ma'am. That does. But, follow your lead. You are my patron in this scenario.
All right, good sir. How much is it for 2 printed copies? Newton, would you do you do anything special for first editions? For first edition, first print? You got any special options? Maybe maybe a nice leather bound, nice wrapping.
All that kind of stuff does add to the cost. Let's see.
Well, that would just be for for Newton's copy. The other one would be, off the
takes
shelf.
the master, thumbs through it a little bit. A little wordy. We don't charge by the character. We charge page count. So 30, double-sided, most like. Let's see here. I'm just checking here. Obviously, there is no guide on printing press usage, but there are actually guides on services for drafting legal documents and deeds, drafting legal wills, oaths of service, or translation by the page.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah. So probably do something that's not. It's normally about 2 silver a page. That's what we do. So if you're dealing with, if we're saying 30,
60 silver a book.
Well, no, it's 30 silvers a page. So we're looking at 30 silver, which translates down to let's see how many silver in a gold piece. 20, so you're looking at 1 1/3 gold piece. So 1 gold piece and 10 silver.
Okay, how much would it be for Newton's special edition with the leather-bound book? Maybe a nice leather
even 2
belt. Even 2? Sure, I can pay that. Yeah. Okay. You take that right now?
If normally what we do is we take about half up front, and then we take the rest when it's done. It'll be. Let's see, we currently have an order of some circulars going through. We can get to it in about 3 hours. Start on that and maybe have it to you tomorrow morning, if you'd like, for the first run, for that first run copy. And then if you have, I would say this, we do offer discounts for bulk purchases. So if you do come back, if you have, hold on, he gets out a little book and he kind of thumbs through it.
Jeska pulls out her notebook at this point as well to write this down.
Yeah, if you have an order of about, normally, again, we normally do circulars and that kind of thing. So, but the discount is normally for anything about over 100 circulars. So if it's just, you'd be looking for something over about 5. An order of 5, we'd start giving you a discount.
So if we were to get, say, 10 books, it would be a pretty...
So if it's 10 books you're looking at, so that would be... So that would be so that would be 1 gold piece and 10 silver per book. So 2 books would be 3 gold pieces. So 3. So that'd be, yes, go ahead. I know
15.
Red's 15 gold pieces. Be 15 gold pieces off the straight. It's this damn monetary system. It's throwing me off. It's not a base 10 system.
Those damn British farthings and shit.
How did the British have a world-spanning empire with this?
Bullshittery was what it was, sir. I'll have you know.
So if it be 15, we're looking at probably about 12 or 11. Be about where we're sitting at.
Okay. Well, here is. I will just pay you up front for the 2 books. So here's your 2 gold, and she will hand her.
Be 3 gold for 2 books because it's a gold piece and 10 silver.
So and then it's 2 silver for 2 gold for the pretty book.
Yeah.
So she'll pay him up front for it.
Right. So that awesome. Okay. Yep. We'll start working on it. We'll need to keep this copy here, but. Come back in, since we're doing 2, it shouldn't take much more time. Most of the time is going to be binding with the leather, but yeah, later today. Just
that's right. Newton, would you give them your full name for the author? And of course, I assume you have the actual name of the book thought out.
If there's any information that we need to denote, just write it here. And he like gives you a little piece of paper, and just write that down on a scrap if it's not in the book, and we'll format it as best we can. Yeah.
It has Newton. Pen handle. Well. So Newton just has
pen name.
Was NJ Hemlock. So
And Hemlock, all right.
whatever thing. But it also has on the inner fold. It has patroned by. And I was just like, do you want to?
I suppose I'd have to, wouldn't I? Family would get annoyed at me if I didn't get our name on it somewhere, and she'll add Jeska Oakborn to it.
Right.
Oh, what about signet? Could I add my signet to my signature?
We could. Hold on. He goes back, out of line of sight into the back room. Couple minutes, comes back. We can take it. We can take a negative. We can make a negative out. Just to get your signet. Put it in this hot wax. We'll take that.
Yes.
We'll make a reverse of that, and then we can stamp it onto the first page. Would be good of every book, and you've got a.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Here, and she'll give him 2 silver. Just because I feel like it's only fair. I'm asking you to add more work to your day.
It's nothing. All right, and you go through the rigmarole of there's some hot wax.
She'll give him she'll give him more than one. She doesn't just do one. She's very I want this to be perfect, even though she really doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, does the thing, kind of blows on the paper and then puts some setting on there and then goes, all right.
So yeah.
We'll see you later today.
Oh, we didn't get your name. Is he one of the named persons from the?
Yeah. What is it? Here, hold on.
Hey, so we're actually having copies of Tales of Tooth and Blood, Ventures into the Rat
Peter-
Kingdoms of the Lin. Fine.
Peter Hall.
Peter Hall. Just like a hall as in theater hall, or hall as in
Hall.
Cool. Because there are obviously different ways to spell that, unfortunately. Because English is fucked up.
Yep, definitely is. But yeah, you get that commissioned, and they start to work on that.
Okay, Newton, I think we'd best go try to make some sales.
It's just like a bird. Like Newton takes the nose, the handkerchief he hadn't wiped the nosebleed into, damps off all the sweat for now that he has to talk to even more people. It's just like,
well, actually, Newton, should we wait until we actually have a printed copy of the book to do that?
You don't have the book. You don't have any.
we don't have any copy right now. Sorry, it would be just Newton describing what the book contains. Yeah, so we might want to wait and try and sell the fancy copy. Like,
I assume that's you saying that to Jeska in character as
yes,
well.
I think we should possibly wait until we have a copy of the book. I don't have a second copy. The master is with them. It would be we'd be relying on my ability to talk.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
You can't sell something if you don't have it.
That's fair. We can come back tomorrow, pick up the books, and we can go make some sales. Or should I say, I can go make some sales and you can tag along.
Be there to answer any intellectual, well, not that you're not any factual questions about the book.
Who you
There's
gotta sell it to?
definitely, I don't know, anyone who's willing to buy it. That's how it works.
So do you want me to sell it in our legal gambling den then?
I don't think there'd be a clientele for it. Maybe.
Unlike
I
you,
know
I
the
don't
story
accept
about
green
Drakel.
items unless they're like gemstones.
It's got a point. Anyway,
I hope Ashen's okay.
Some of the most erudite people I ever knew were big gamblers.
I don't think Ashen's okay, but they're still here for the minute. Hopefully.
What's wrong with Ashen's?
Lots of things. Her
Yes,
family might be dead, etc., etc.
her home was, well, a home.
burned down, apparently.
The city was on fire.
The city was on fire.
It seems one of the wars, one of the many wars that's going on, has caught up with that region of the pen.
It's
Well, very sorry
unfortunate.
to hear that. Her family might not be dead, though.
No, then we don't know yet. This is the thing, and that's part of the problem. The uncertainty is
Well, is she
Well,
going back then?
we don't know yet. She has to make that decision herself.
She could always send a letter.
Well, that would be difficult to get to someone when they've been displaced due to war.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem trying to meet up with them. Although, did she have a house or an address?
They mentioned they had a home.
Because they probably sent, if they were alive, then they probably sent correspondence to there.
They have
So
the...
it might not need to be as
was
long
it
a journey.
an astronomy, or was it an observatory, or was it a university or a library? There was
I
an
believe
institution she was connected to.
Yeah, I believe her parents are
Sorry.
educators.
Of course. Why not just reach out? Why not get a wizard?
Oh,
That's a good point, actually.
Why not just get a wizard to find them?
I don't know if that's a thing wizards can necessarily do, but maybe they. I
can.
don't know. I've only really talked to a few of them. So
People go to
You do
wizards
know
for
there's
lost
a mage
objects
in
all the
town.
time.
You do know
Yeah.
there's a mage in town. One of the criers did say that a mage had predicted good weather and good harvest, fair weather and good harvest ahead.
This is why I'm the brains of the operation, guys.
Well, you
Weird
seem
sometimes.
well. At least
I look at you two a little bit condescending.
if nothing else, at least you drink and you know things.
Newton is 1,000-yard stare at the idea of mage. So
Jeska doesn't really seem to care about the whole mage thing. She's like, meh.
you know
whatever.
that, like, if anyone's seen, like, shoot, the what's the Rodal Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know the swirly eyes.
Oh
Like-
yeah.
That's Newton right now.
Newton is gone. We can't find Newton anymore.
I mean, they help people find their dogs and stuff, so I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to find Ashen's parents.
I can go with Ashen to talk to them, Newton, if you need to not be there.
If Ashen needs me there, if Ashen needs me there, I will be there. I can suck it up. I'm a big boy.
Pats him on the shoulder. Alright, well, I don't know what else we're gonna do now for the rest of the day.
Well,
How's
there's,
about- you know what,
there's an
no-
illegal gambling den that does need overseen.
You know what, Newton? I know exactly what'll cheer you up. You want to do some investigation?
Always.
Well, let's just look into this murder, shall we?
There's been a murder.
Yes, by
I mean,
yes.
aside from the ones that were committed last night.
Yes. There's the
One that
there's
had
the-
nothing to do with any of you.
yeah, which is hilarious.
Finally.
Yes. Are there any leads do we know of?
We
You
can go talk
have
to a guard.
a poster.
Yeah, we go talk to a guard, I suppose. This is the problem, right? With coming into a fresh situation, you gotta catch up to where everyone else already is.
Yes. Well, let's find us some guards to talk to, see if they have any idea what's going on.
Great. I will go do that.
Okay.
I will say 9 times out of 10, the guard have no idea about who the murderer was, because if they did, they would have arrested.
They've
This
only
is
got a
true.
clearance rate of 10%. And then
Yeah. But
It's
that's
not
when
great.
they're,
It's
that's
not
when they're working hard.
yeah, no, you if you like look around for a bit, like the highest concentration of guards you can kind of find is like near the main like trade square, Traders Row. So when you kind of go over there, you find like one of the groups. You can walk up to them. It's like two just kind of mid-aged, kind of human guards. Just kind of like you walk up to them.
Hello, fair gentlemen. Can I borrow a few minutes of your time?
Make it quick.
So me and my associate here, we found this wanted poster, and we were wondering if there's anything going with it. You know, this murder that happens to be going on.
It's like, oh, what is that? Oh, it's that one with the
big head.
the stalker. The stalker one. Oh, right. Yeah, no, we don't really have any idea. It wasn't here, was the thing. They think she's here, but it didn't start here. They were in they were upriver. What is that place called? Mortris, upriver, and then they think they came down here. Maybe, I'm not sure. God, Captain said something about it, but we're not really. It's not really our
so you think
thing.
they're hiding out here?
I don't know.
That's the suspicion.
Yeah, I think so. There's-
Right.
How come
let's
this?
talk about it?
How come there's a poster about this murder? Was she important?
Oh no, she killed someone important. There was this. It was. What was it? There was this trade kind of tradesman, very important river trade, up and down the river. His daughter was a mage apprentice some years back. Kind of didn't have the knack for it, and just started working at a business, is what I hear, and then just got killed. And apparently, had her eyes taken out and her primary hand cut off.
Wait, we know who it was. We know who the murderer was.
We know who murdered. Yeah, we know who was murdered, and we know who murdered her because.
What was her?
It's Hannah.
I don't read. I can't read. I can just see the.
Peter's my partner. It's Hannah Berman. Berman. There's no R in it. I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it.
And she's from here. She lives in this city.
She's from Algan. She's from the region. I don't know much about her. She kills a lot of like magically adjacent people.
Oh, well, public service then.
So it's not unlicensed mages. That's the problem.
Yeah, but
It's anyone.
why hasn't she been turned into a newt or anything? If she's been killing wizards.
That's what I said. You think out of anybody they'd be the
Well-
most protected?
It could be that it's a wizard killing wizards, using
Have
her
any
as a prop.
mages in the town fallen victim?
No, actually, I think that's who probably put out the poster. So that probably no. We have a couple of mages around town, a few here and there. There's a
Any that are good.
wizard,
Any that are good at finding people,
suppose. I mean,
or finding things like lost keys.
If there are any good at
I guess-
finding
I
people,
guess
they
I could
know
do
where she
anything.
was.
It's true.
That's a fair point. That's fair.
They're probably
Well, I guess they don't. Maybe they don't know her. Is the thing. Is that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you'd think they could. They're magic. They can do anything. But
Although they'll probably be first on the list, on their hit list, if
Though,
they can find her.
I do have a question about those mages. Do you remember their names, where they live? I want to go talk to them if it's anything adjacent to them.
I doubt you'd be able to talk with them. You'd have to find somebody who. It's one of those things. You have to find somebody who knows them that can vouch for you to get in with them. It's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
There's
Exclusive.
the main one. He's a buddy with the lady of the city, Mage Antonese. He does a lot of weather prediction and kind of like.
They always get it wrong. They're always wrong.
Harvest scrying. He's fairly good. It's like it's better than
50-50.
tossing a coin. Yeah. Farmers like him. He's there. He's usually in the main. Like he's got a big estate in the snooty part of town. What is it? There's two others. I don't know him that well. There's one practices a lot of just a lot of magic research, I guess. I don't know. We're told to kind of ignore any calls for like explosions around like his estate. He kind of has a whole blockhouse to himself.
Oh.
You know, he pays for it, so whatever. And another one's more of an itinerant, I guess, or whatever that word is. They come and go. They have a place out they have an estate out in the country.
And she's been killing friends of wizards.
Of what I hear, they just kill anyone that kind of is associated with magics. Like, and there was that. The reason she's like in trouble was because she killed that tradesman's daughter, and she didn't she apprenticed for a few years, but that was about it. But apparently she can link back to a couple of other ones where she killed like an acolyte of the church. There was a few like hedge wizards, hedge mages that were kind of just out there. Apparently bodies have been found since then, things like that.
How do you know it was her that did the killing?
I don't. That's what they're saying is. So I'm reporting what I know. But apparently they all kind of had their hand, the casting hand cut off and their eyes taken out. Something to do with magic. I don't know.
What's the word on the street?
Okay.
It's
Casting
weird on the
hand and
street.
the eyes taken
She's
off.
somewhere out here.
Is the casting out hand and the eyes taken out? Is that ritually bound in any way, shape, or form?
You can roll if you would like on arcane. Is that a thing? I'm remembering right. Is there an arcane skill? Or am I just getting mixed up with other things at this point?
No, there's not really an arcane skill.
It would
Right.
be kind of.
It'd be an education, probably. You could also do alchemy if you'd like.
Well, that's a 3.
It's a 3.
My
It doesn't
education's a 63.
Okay, cool. It wouldn't be like a magical thing, but it's definitely like if you want to like it's very much an insult in mage circles to cut off the casting hand, because that means you cannot cast to the same degree that you used to. You can cast with your offhand, but it's very difficult. You essentially have to learn very complex hand motions whenever you're doing most casting. So it's like it's like taking away something from that person is kind of a thing. So it's very much like it'd be the equivalent of like you hanging like if you had like an enemy and you hung a person from that group like on a tree right outside your town, it'd be like, oh, that's a problem, or we shouldn't go there, like kind of like giving it a message.
Cool. So with that information, he just goes, So the removal of the casting hand is clearly an insult. Finding this unknown subject's clear hatred for mages, but the removal of the eyes has an air of sudden overtaken of remorse. They don't want to be seen by the felled victim. The guilt overwhelms them past the engine. Yes, I used to. Investigator. Partially, and.
We got one of you on the force.
I will be inclined to meet them at some point.
Oh, we got a few of them. Yeah. But no, the inspector, he's this little twig of an elf.
Well, I shall compare notes, perhaps.
But
where will we find
good
said
if he-
inspector?
They talk amongst themselves, kind of under their breaths. He doesn't live in town. Kind of gets called in whenever they need things.
Right.
Kind of his thing. He's got like this little. He's got a nice little. Not little, but like an estate out in the country.
Very well for themselves.
Consultants.
Friends with the lady.
Right. Aren't we due to talk with the lady ourselves? Hopefully.
At some point, yes.
I'm sure you'd know if you were to.
Well,
New
we
to
are.
town.
But
Where this, our guide is currently sorting that.
Benjamin's
Well,
currently talking to them, so.
You've been very, very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, if you see anything that's wrong, or people that aren't supposed, like people who aren't in the place of town they should be, just tell us and we'll take care of them.
Well, like drifters.
I'm looking at Mage right now, and Mage is looking back at me, and I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Like we'll deal with it. So if you got like a ruffian,
How close are we to that dwarven guard?
to the dwarven guard. I mean,
The one that I handed off the note to.
That was a while ago.
Fine.
A while ago. Like if you see somebody
we'll
in
be sure to.
in Ivy Hollow that looks like a craftsman, we can take care of him and get him out of there so he doesn't dirty up the place. Things like that.
Okay. It's been lovely.
I'm less upset by the fact that Kluft wants to ruin this town now.
You're dealing with a medieval society. Like
The
that.
goal is to
You're
protect capital.
and you're talking with a city guard who has a
cab.
a city guard in a medieval city. And it's like yeah, any people that are poor, just tell
Any
just point out the poor
ne'er-do-wells.
people. We'll deal with them.
Yeah.
You look like you got wealth. We're talking with a knight, an inspector, and their friend, so we can't touch him.
Diplomatic community.
I just want to put this out here. That friend is doing so much fucking work. That's a word that does a lot of fucking work in that sentence.
Inside man.
Just walk with confidence, Kluft, and they won't question you.
Hell yeah.
You see,
You walk.
as someone who's done that before, I can tell you it works.
It does work. No, I've gotten to use like employee bathroom at a Walmart by doing that. Just because
I gotta go to shows for free because I was wearing a security badge, and I took it off once I went into the show because I was like, I'm not at work.
It's like entering a building because you're holding a ladder. They just
Yeah. Clipboard.
Yeah.
That's the
Yep.
one. Nobody will
one.
fucking talk to you if you ever got a clipboard
Nope.
on you. No.
Yep.
If you got a clipboard, a hard hat, or a high-vis vest.
All
If
three
you
of
have
them.
all three, if you have all three, quite literally, you become invisible to most people. Like they do.
They look up and they go, "Oh, he's an inspector of some kind."
He's
Moves
definitely
on.
supposed to be here. Who would
Yeah.
wear that?
Yeah.
You gotta-
Who would actively go into a place of work with a clipboard, a
So-
hard hat, and a high vis?
So yeah, they tell you that and they go goodbye, and then they start walking. So yeah,
Well, that's a bit of information. So, no, I'm thinking maybe jealousy, maybe motivation.
Nah, it sounds like her dad was turned into a newt or something, and now she's getting revenge.
Could be that. Could be revenge either. Jealousy, maybe revenge. I don't.
Maybe
know.
she's robbing him.
unless the eyes are being used for some sort of dark
Ritual.
that
Yeah.
tends to be a sign of remorse with serial offenders. It's the same way like some people will when they're killing, they'll display the bodies like they'll like half bury them or face them upside down once they're finished with whatever dastardly deed it is they're doing, because they can't bear to have them look in the eyes. The whole, the eyes are the gateway to the soul, and
Empty eyes are a very odd thing to look at.
But maybe she's partly with her as well, though, and she's stealing their eyes to get to their soul.
More dark magic, I suppose.
I think we need to speak to a wizard.
Maybe.
About it.
so Ashen, as you leave the church after the services kind of break out at this point, like you spend about a half hour to an hour just kind of praying and dealing with all the services. You do see your friends on the opposite side of the square, as them just talking to a guard detail on the other side.
Did the acolyte person come back and say whether the priest has a...
They do come back when they see you at some point. They kind of like go next to you as you to not disturb anybody, and kind of like do that thing where they're under their breath and saying it'll have to be like it'll be near the end of the day. So come back here at dusk, and they'll be able to talk to you.
Thank you.
No problem. It just goes, but yeah, then everything gets let out, and you see your friends on the other side of the central square.
I'm going to the stockade. Want to tag along?
Hi, Ashen. I'm sorry to hear about your family.
Thank you, Kluft.
I was saying to everybody that perhaps we should go visit a wizard, and they might be able to...
there's a D on the end of that word. Sorry, I'm a bit edgy today.
go find, to do a spell to see if they could get in touch with your family. Instead of buying a pony.
That...
Right.
I've got an appointment with the high priest towards dusk today. maybe they have a magic user that I could ask. Thank you, Kluft. That's brilliant.
No problem. I'm glad to hear it. I hope everything turns out well. I'm sure it will. People get away from that sort of stuff all the time.
My family only have little legs.
Oh, better to hide though.
Can't really hide from fire. The news came from the guards. So I'm gonna head to the stockade to find one of the guard captains, see if they can point me in the direction of where they got the news from.
Probably probably a messenger. Don't they travel through each town? Bringing the news?
They do, but they're gonna get more than one sentence. And that's all I want at this point in time.
Sure. All right.
Okay. So you head towards the guard stockade, nearest guard stockade. Okay. So you've been around town a little bit. You've probably seen one or two. So yeah, there's one just north in Wide Street that was nearby where you're staying, not too far away, a couple of blocks. So you can go up there. And when you arrive, you don't see anybody in the stockades. The building is there's nobody in the stocks, but it's like a 2-story building. It's got an open air kind of cell taking up half of the bottom floor, and you see like 2 people in there. Looks to be like maybe drunks. Like it's kind of like a drunk tank at this point, from the looks of it. And you see like a guard or 2 milling about. Looks like they're getting ready for their patrols, that kind of stuff.
Excuse me, is the captain of the guard available?
Captain? No. Precinct captain would be here. If you're talking about the guard captain, the high captain, he'd be at the main stocks in Ivy Hollow. Maybe we could help you. What do you need?
I'm just
Anybody
trying
making
to
a
find...
ruckus?
Not that I'm aware of. I heard some news about Felderham yesterday, that it had been burned.
Yeah, heard that.
And I asked the crier where the news had come from, and they told me it came from the guard. So I was just trying to find out some more information.
Oh, I think it was I think it was a messenger or something a couple of days back. Probably brought it. To be fair, I don't think it was. I think that was mostly it. I'm not sure. But most of the news was about what was going on up north. We didn't get a lot about other things going on with the High Prince kind of retreating from Bonnet and all that. So a lot of war news nearby, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I understand. Well, thank you for your
probably
help.
also a couple of weeks out of date, to be honest, in terms of the time.
It's a long way to come.
Yeah. But I'm sure whatever happened there, it's probably true, so there's probably not any misinformation there, so don't have to worry about that.
Of course. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for your time. And I give them each a brass. And
All right.
People's time are valuable to this party, I tell you what.
They're building up a number of NPCs that if they ever get into a bad situation, they're just gonna
Just call upon, like, there's a clerk in City Hall who's ready to come to our... 2 guardsmen, a whole village full of people back there.
Just paying your way to being accepted by the group.
So
Well, you mean the
Ashen,
guard are arresting them? Yeah.
Ashen starts heading back. Doesn't say anything. Turns round. A hand goes across their face, and they start heading back to the bar.
So where do we go to beat this wizard?
Let's find out what's happening with this lord first. The lord might be able to get to the wizard.
All right. Are we meeting with the lord now?
We've got to find from Benjamin.
All right.
Still got a little ways to go before before the meeting time that you told him. He said he would try and get in hold with you as well from like his guard friends. So
Roach.
Yes.
I have an ability
Sure.
from my new profession.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find the wording of it. But either
Sure.
way, I'm going to try and do this anyway.
All right.
But
Once I know what that ability is, I will.
what's to do with
help
spreading
you.
rumors.
Okay.
The ability is called Worldly. I'm just trying to find where the traits are in the book again. Talents. Worldly. When gossiping or spinning a tale, you get a plus 20 base chance to rumor tests. So I'm going to
Nice.
invoke that. I want to try and spread the rumor of a new book or a new piece of work around town that's super fascinating, and that it's a new must read in literary circles, and apparently the author's in town. That's
Okay.
I
Yeah,
wanna-
go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna do
say it's
some
negative. I'm gonna say it's a negative 10 because of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a negative 10. But go ahead and roll. You get a plus 20, so it's gonna be a plus 10.
And I have a point in
Base.
rumor, so
Okay. So whatever your score is, plus
this
20.
is the issue. I need all the score I can get because my fellowship is.
Yeah.
That's a 25. I have a fellowship of 27 plus 20.
Cool.
I'm good.
All right.
The
You spread some
dream.
rumors around. You spread some rumors around, talking just as you kind of go past. You see some people that look worldly, or maybe like tradesmen or merchants or something like that. People that might be interested in like picking up a book or two, or maybe they're red. They got their letters on them or something.
It's people. I
just
also want to
like-
make sure I'm saying it near like one of the town criers as well, just in case they pick it up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Not unless you pay them. But yeah, you kind of go around there for a bit, and I'd say like throughout the morning, throughout basically this whole day after you
I want to
got,
get a
like,
buzz so that when Jeska starts doing the true door-to-doorness, there's the chance that we might have heard of that being a thing.
Right. So you go ahead, you do that for a bit. Just roll a d6 for me.
Oh.
I'm just gonna see what this does. We're gonna see what this results in terms of anything you might be able to say.
Okay. That's a 1.
Okay.
Nice.
So as you kind of like doing this here and there and everything, there's a lot of like, oh, that sounds interesting, kind of non-committal, nothing like I'll buy that right now kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you do get one lead. You do get one lead. Somebody does say, not really my thing, but you might want to talk. There's an apothecary in town. She's a bit of a
The one with the... is it the one with the... I went to the
Just the very
amalgam.
one.
The one that's like one of the flyers that's been dirtied on the floor, I'm guessing. Is it?
There's
Is
a
that
lot
one?
of those around.
Yeah.
That one's plastered on every side of the wall. Yeah. She's a bit worldly. She might be able to help you. She also knows some people around town. She helps with a lot of medical things.
Good note. That's all I want to do until we're set to meet.
Okay. Yeah, so if you're just kind of waiting around for the rest of the
Well,
day, just...
So when are we meeting Benjamin?
Back at the
Do we
bar.
know? Do we have like a date? Do we like a date and time? Like, did he say
bar at 1
midnight?
o'clock
1 o'clock
Tomorrow or?
today.
today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
So
gonna...
just afternoon?
Yeah, actually, it's probably pretty close to that time, just from all the
Okay.
time you spent kind of going around town and talking and
Sure.
stuff. So I'll say, yeah, if you just go back and you, like wait like an hour or something like that, Benjamin kind of shows back up. He looks a bit nicer than he has previously. He's got like the same kind of clothes, but they're nicer. So he might have a separate like change of kind of like things to wear in front of a lord. Kind of sees you off in a corner and goes over. Nothing today. It's a bit I've been told they have been informed by their advisor, so they know I'm here. But Lord Kruper is not too fussed about his subjects, so be more of a...
They never are.
He's more of annoyed into talking with us, but that usually only takes about 2 or 3 days. I've had to do this before. So,
Feels like you're kind of playing with fire there.
what's he gonna do? Fire
Chop
me?
all our heads off.
He technically doesn't lord over this town. This
I've
city.
never known a technicality to stop a lord chopping people's heads off.
Hasn't happened yet. So it'll be probably tomorrow. And this was like a bit of a long shot, second day. It's usually coin toss. But tomorrow, probably after he's done entertaining the lady.
We've heard the lady has a lot of friends.
Yes, Lady Orshoot is well liked by a lot of the moneyed people of the city. Puts on a lot of parties, that kind of thing.
Are they good? Are they good parties?
Never been.
It's important that they're, you've got to put on a show.
Suppose. Never been to one. But yeah, so I'd say finish up what you need to finish up. And tomorrow I'll grab you when I hear that we've got a time. Probably near the end of the day, dusk kind of era. And,
We're hunting a wizard killer.
well, at least you're being productive.
Mm.
So that's good. But yeah. If there's anything else, just
Probably-
reach out to me.
Sure. Try not to annoy the lord too much, though. I'm just saying. Like, they could be really prickly lords. Put you in stocks and,
Be all right.
stretch you on wheels and all sorts of things. Get you between two horses. The two horses go the different direction. It's a whole mess.
I will keep that in mind, Kluft. Thank
I've
you.
seen it. Who
I'm
hasn't?
sure you have. I am actually very sure you have.
That's
So we-
good fun,
So we got 10 minutes till the end here. Oh, no, we haven't. Have we? Yeah, 10 minutes to the end. Fuck, I'm lost. Do we want to call it here with the end of this meeting?
Depends
Or-
on what you want to do.
Okay.
I
mean-
think we want to. I don't think we want to go too far without everyone else here too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only
So
thing
you've
I
got some
really
leads on
want to
things
do
and
is
you
to
wanna-
start peddling my book. Like,
The only thing for me is to go check out the take on the gambling den. Gotta check that out.
High priest is going to take more than 10 minutes.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We'll just we'll end it here early,
Okay.
and we'll do. Maybe we'll hopefully have a quest next week.
Yeah.
We've got a quest. It's called Run a Gambling Den.
Kluft's got a quest.
That's my quest, baby. I've got a quest. I have a quest. It's called Become the Crime Kingpin, the new Sharptooth. After Sharptooth 2.
We've still got another city to get to.
Yeah.
And that one's even bigger.
Mhm.
More opportunity. We
Help.
could go global with this crime syndicate we got going on here.
You've got going on here.
Yeah. So yeah, let's end it off here. And let's
All right. So, without further ado, all we have left to do today is to thank the people who have been here with us. Of course, a big thank you to Commissar Roach for GMing and writing this campaign. I've also been joined by the wonderful Surelyonlymikey as Jeska, Red Moogle as Ashen, the ever wonderful Discourse Miniatures as Kluft. I've been Midgeman, and this has been the Component Cast with, I was about to say the wrong show, with Zweihander, the Great Schism, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.